Pull up. Hey, this is the pull up show. We still got the key in the dough.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another Tony and Tony All
All
Things
Things
Podcast.
Podcast.
Pull up edition, baby.
All
Pull up on me.
right.
Pull up on me. There we go. There we go. What's good, y'all? I
All right. So today we are going to be talking about the Buffalo Bills versus the Baltimore Ravens. Now, this game came down to the wire, basically Buffalo winning 41-40. And before we get into our biggest takeaways, I want to pose this question. Did Baltimore blow a payback game they controlled, or did the reigning MVP, Josh Allen, simply take it away?
see. That's a great question, Pops. I'm gonna be completely honest. When you start getting great quarterbacks, and you start doing things that really just don't have a lot of impact on the game, like running the ball on third down, and you know you need that first down. When you got Lamar Jackson back there, you're up 15 points, you have the game in the hand, you're up 2 scores, the whole sideline's kind of like conservative playing. When you leave someone with Josh Allen's caliber, a great quarterback like Lamar, like we have with Patrick Mahomes, when you leave that type of timing on the type of time on the field, great quarterbacks do great things. Now, this is also an issue with the Ravens doing not enough of what I believe was giving Derrick Henry the ball. We can go back to his one fumble that led to them going to
Right.
40-32. Throughout that game, when you have the lead, it should have been him. It should have been him running it up. Y'all should have been chewing clock. In my opinion, I feel like the Ravens gave that game up. They had it in hand. Any great quarterback with that amount of time left, and especially with a defensive turnover that can settle, can settle the difference in the game, any great quarterback's gonna come back.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. I think the Ravens gave this away. Um, they had the game under control. They had the running game. Um, the analysts were just talking about just how, okay, Lamar in this season, he's reading the plays a lot better. He's finding everything is like so simple right now.
Yeah.
He's so much in control of managing the game, but then also he can run for explosive yards, or he can find that open receiver downfield. He can make all the throws. He's right there.
Mhm.
And then you have Derrick Henry. I mean, they couldn't stop him.
No.
And I know we're going to get into, I think, my biggest takeaway, but it's like they can't stop him. So to answer the question, I believe that Baltimore gave this game away. They just totally just gave it away. We already know Josh Allen. I mean, he's MVP. You have to be on your A game. And I believe that Baltimore, like you said, 15-point lead. Only thing you had to do, I think on their last time they had the ball, only thing they really needed to do was to pick up a couple first downs, run down the clock. They weren't able to
Yeah.
do that. You put too much time on the clock for Josh Allen. It's almost like the same thing of, okay, you're leaving Peyton Manning or you're leaving Tom Brady with about 50 seconds on the clock. That's too much.
Right.
Only thing you have to do is just get a couple first downs. And so, yeah, that's how I look at it. But what
Yeah,
was your
especially.
Oh, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Oh, no. Well, I was gonna say my biggest takeaway when you're about to get to it
Yeah.
was the two biggest facts. I know it's a big takeaway, but the two biggest facts were Josh Allen's fourth quarter
Mm,
and the amount of times that I saw Justice Hill in the game. And Justice Hill only had 2 carries for negative 14 yards, but I just didn't believe in that speed package. I didn't believe in that speed package for the Ravens. I get that you're trying to get Derrick Henry less carries, let him carry through his career more. It helps with that. But in that big game versus the Bills, versus a place where they're throwing water bottles on the field, fans pushing each other or pushing the players, you need your best on the field at all times. And I know Justice Hill, he comes through. He only gets 1 catch for 3 yards. So it's like he wasn't really a factor in that game at all. He
that's
didn't
true.
really do much in that game that honestly could have changed the difference. I mean, your big 3 stars, Zay Flowers, Lamar Jackson, and Derrick Henry, carried legitimately, if not every single yard on that entire team. I mean, the only difference is you have Rasheen Ali with 5 rushing yards and DeAndre Hopkins with 2 catches for 35 yards and a touchdown, and then Rashad Bateman with 2 catches for 10 yards. So, I mean, all the yards and everything was carried on 3 players that night. Josh Allen's fourth quarter, I remember he's on my fantasy team. He only had like 18.5 fantasy points. Then at the end of the night, I mean, I just remember seeing he had 123 yards, 1 throwing touchdown, 1 rushing touchdown. At the end of the night, he has 394 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he has over 400 yards on the ground and all purpose. So it's just frustrating. Frustrating for the Ravens.
Yeah, I think my biggest thing, and I don't know if anybody was talking about it, but I was just yelling at the TV inside, not littering, but I was just like, "What is going on?" Whenever they did that power eye with the
Ugh.
fullback lead blocking, love, um, all of Derrick Henry's runs were just Lamar and him. Lamar handing the ball off to him and letting him run. By having that lead blocker and that power eye, it just seemed like Derrick Henry was just running into the back of that fullback. He was just clogging up the holes.
Yeah.
And that's when um, Baltimore was able to strip the ball on that one play. So then Baltimore, I think Buffalo scores, and now we do it all over again. Let's do that power eye. And I just felt like the coach, the offensive coordinator, he just got too happy, or I don't want to say too happy, but he just didn't remember what was working in that first half. It's like the playbook just got super small. And
Mhm.
only thing he can think about is what plays did we run last series? And obviously those plays weren't working.
Right.
So I think that was like the biggest mistake. You put Derrick Henry in that situation for something like that to happen. So that was like my biggest disappointment. Also, to be honest, I really didn't feel that confident that Baltimore was going to be able to pick up um, the third down when they needed it. Do you have the stats on that, as far as the third down efficiency or anything like that?
Yeah, third down efficiency, they were 6 for 11, so they picked up about half of everything that they really got, a little more than half. But I know what you're talking about, especially when it comes into that fourth quarter,
Yeah,
those clutch third downs. It's not just third downs in general, it's the clutch ones. The
right,
clutch third downs were that I formation or bringing in Hill when it's just like we need Derrick Henry in. And I get it. It's like they try to throw a couple runs in for Hill. He got negative 14 yards, and instantly Derrick Henry's in. And even if he gets met in the hole for one person, even if he falls forward, I mean, it's 4 yards. I mean,
right,
Derrick Henry was a changing factor, especially when it's like Lamar Jackson only threw for 19 passes, a 14 of 19, 200 something yards, and he's ran for about 70. So, I mean,
right.
the Ravens offense doesn't have to do too much. It
Exactly.
doesn't have to do too much. I mean, only thing that you really had to do was just clock management in the fourth quarter.
Right. And just pick up first downs. Also,
Yeah.
I think a big issue I had with the Ravens, I think they only targeted the linebacker one play or something like that. I think he only had one reception. And I know early on in Lamar
Oh, you
Jackson's
mean
career.
Mark Andrews?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I know early on in Lamar Jackson's career, that was always a safety valve.
Yeah.
Hitting that hitting that tight end. I didn't what he, like you said, he only caught one pass.
One pass, 5 yards.
Yeah. So even with all of that, it was just very frustrating for them to lose the game this way.
Yeah.
Very frustrating. I mean, you made the case of, hey, this is why Josh Allen is the MVP.
Mhm.
You made the case. He took advantage of basically the Ravens' mistakes and he capitalized on it.
Yeah.
I mean, he was hitting open receivers. He was making it happen. And I think that's one thing that the Ravens, when they look at the film, and I know they've already looked at the film, and I know they are disgusted. I know the Ravens fans are, just to know that we had this one in the bag
Mhm.
and to lose it this way. Was there any other things that you saw that sort of stuck out to you about this game?
Another two things that I just nitpicky on some stuff.
Mm,
It should have went to overtime. You got to make sure you get all the points on the board that you can. No missing
right.
extra points. No missing the things that you're supposed to get. I mean, great game by the Ravens and Bills. I mean, 81 points in a game is incredible. It's a good
Right.
show. It's a thriller. But also, it's like when you drop 11 people back and they still make a completion, it just kind of like, it's like that defeats the whole purpose.
That's true.
No one's rushing Josh Allen. No one's coming after him, and he makes a incredible catch out of bounds, I believe, to Kincaid or one of his tight ends, and
Yeah.
it just changes that whole game. They get points on the board now. Everybody's feeling good. They feel like they're back in it, and it just becomes this whole harping issue where it's like, I believe I said this last week, like when we were talking about Miami. It has Miami's
Mhm.
problem. It's like fourth quarter.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like at this point, the defense. I mean, we even have James Cook, Raekwon Smith one on one, and like we noticed both together. It's like he's not even going for the tackle. It's like he's swiping at the ball or
Yeah.
something. It's
Hit the
like
guy's shoulder pad, and it led to what, another 30 yard scamper down the field.
yeah, and it's like you're just willingly giving the game away, and it's the fourth quarter. Clutch plays are supposed to happen. We can always point out Derrick Henry's fumble. We can go off of that. We can go off of the factor of Lamar didn't throw the ball too much, but every pass was just to Zay Flowers. But it's like they had the game in the bag. They
Yeah, that's
had
true.
Josh Allen shut out until the fourth quarter.
That is
So
true. A great little storyline on this. They say Allen just wins. He hijacked the last 4 minutes of the game. That's basically it. Allen just wins. And here's something else that I thought was interesting. I heard this and I took it down, but Harbaugh's team has now blown 17 double-digit second half leads since he took over.
jeez.
I think him and Mike Tomlin are the longest tenured coaches right now.
Yeah, I think like 20,
Yeah,
like,
something odd years.
yeah,
Yeah.
10 plus years or something.
But 17 double digit halftime leads
That's a
blown.
whole season.
That's letting you know there's something wrong there. We're
Yeah.
not, number one, we're not executing on offense, and our defense is not good.
Yeah.
Like you said, you drop everybody back and they're still getting first downs. So I don't know what they need to do with this. Trying to think, was there anything else that I saw with this game?
I guess I wanted to ask you, how did you feel about the Buffalo Bills fans? How did you feel about the things that you saw at the game?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. That's the controversy there. I remember back when they had Bruce Smith and other players, and whenever those players retired, they talked about how tough it is to be out there to live in Buffalo. Um, the fans are kind of cruel.
Yeah.
Um, and especially, I didn't like how they were throwing the water bottles out on the field. It just sort of
Uh-huh.
reminded me of, like when we went to, was it last year? We went to Iowa State game and we started seeing that type of stuff going on. It's like you don't expect that in an NFL game. At least I didn't expect it. That's more of a college sort of atmosphere.
Yeah.
But to see that the refs didn't take control of that situation, I think it happened a couple times that I saw on TV, and the refs didn't do anything about it.
Right.
They didn't do like any unsportsmanlike or anything like that, or talk with the announcer to have him have a message for the fans about throwing things on the field. And then I think the other part that was also kind of controversial, and I haven't looked into it. I know they decided, far as on Lamar Jackson's fault, but whenever there was a fan who pushed Lamar in the head,
Yeah.
and Lamar pushes him back. I know they did ban the fan, for the rest of the season, but I haven't heard, is there any sort of penalty or things that they're going to do with Lamar Jackson on that?
Right.
Now, the one thing that I must say that I thought was, I believe that Baltimore this is just me. This is just me. If you're at a rowdy crowd, you're at a, opposing team stadium, you score a touchdown. Last thing I'm going to do is to get close to where the fans are and walk around them. You're not in Baltimore. So it's like you're going into a hostile environment by walking over there and just running around. And it's like I don't know. It just didn't look right. It just looked like, how can I say it? Something's going to happen.
Right.
Someone's going to pour a drink on you. Why are you even over there?
Mm-hmm.
Celebrate in the end zone and then head right back to your sideline. You can celebrate all the way from your sideline until you get over by your coach or whatever, or to the bench. But why are you around where the fans are at? So that was my take. I just thought it wasn't very smart on the Ravens' part.
Yeah. I ain't got too much to say that you didn't say in that. It's just like you said. I know people make fun of when other players do the Lambeau leap into the Green Bay Stadium and they push them out. But
Yeah, what do you
yeah.
expect? I mean, if you're doing that, I mean, punches, everything is going to happen.
Yeah, it's
Why would you
like
even mess with that?
these are fans who pay high money to be at that spot. So it's like, I
They're
mean,
already drunk.
yeah, it's like, and this is the first game of the year and they already don't like you. I mean, this is a rivalry that's not even in the division.
Right.
So it's like, I mean, this is, at the end of the day, it's not smart. It's not smart.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting old, but I'm starting to think that you got to do your celebrating and all that type of stuff when you won the game. You know, it's almost like you're out there. Yeah, yeah, we're doing all this type of stuff. I can understand when you get a touchdown, you're excited, but you did all of this going around the stadium, pushing fans, and then you end up losing.
Yeah. And you lost in the most unsettling way too, by one
Right.
point. A
Right.
point that was left on the board.
Right. I mean, it was just embarrassing, to be honest. Embarrassing. Oh no, I guess to wrap this up, I would basically just say Baltimore had the stars, they had the lead, they had the run game going for them. Buffalo just had they just had the closer.
Yeah.
Josh Allen, they had the fans. They started getting into it. And hopefully we can see these two teams play again in the playoffs or something like that down the line. I don't know if they're scheduled later on, maybe in Buffalo.
No.
I mean, in Baltimore, but yeah. So hopefully we can see that. But this was one that Baltimore let get away, and just adds to that list that John Harbaugh has going.
Hey, it's gonna be a great season for the AFC, I'll say that.
Other than that, it was a good game.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Well, that wraps this one up on Tony and Tony All Things Podcast, the pull-up edition.
Pull up on me.
Pull up on me.
Yeah.
Pull up. Hey, this is the pull up show. We still got the key in the dough.